The scriptures talk about a woman's hair being her glory. We want to do everything to make our hair beautiful. By using relaxers, there was a way for my hair to be beautiful.
Zena Young is among the millions of Black women.
So this story that I just finished, I've been working on it for a little while now. This story is one that really hits home. Growing up in our culture in the community, hair relaxer was just a thing. They called it the creamy crack, is what they called it, and it was kind of just like a rites of passage for a lot of young Black women. Some Black men have used it as well, but it's mainly something that's spreads in the female women community. And I grew up, my mom used relaxer, my aunts, my grandmother, all in an effort to try to achieve, a standard of beauty that wasn't really set by them. Black people, we have naturally coarse hair. And, of course, there was a time in our country where people had to decide, if you want to work in a certain environment, if you want to be employed by a certain company, you got to abide by whatever the standards that they may have. And so, unfortunately, systemically as well, it's just been kind of passed down generation to generation that this is the standard of beauty, having straight hair. And so, of course, relaxer was the answer to fit that mold. And now we're finding out just the long-term effects of what these chemicals can do. And so now there's hundreds, thousands of Black women coming out with having results of uterine cancer. And so it's like, man, like that's a wake-up call. That's alarming, because does my mother have it? Do my aunts have it? And it's something that I feel like there's no kind of uproar about it. It's kind of like it is what it is. But I'm hoping that this story can kind of just open up people's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And just get people to realize that, beauty doesn't just have to be one way. I think it should be as multi-dimensional as the colors of the rainbow, you know what I'm saying? So putting this story together it's like I was talking to my family, you know what I'm saying? Hearing from my family. This lady was so brave to come and, just share her story on camera as well, just talking about what she went through. And it's a story that resonates with a lot of women. Big shout out to everybody who's a part of this story. Faith, she really took this, she experienced it as well, so I'm sure this story hit home for her. And one of the things that I tried to implement in this story is just to kind of let it play out. I didn't do nothing too fancy. The music right off the top is a good way to kind of set the tone, It's something real subtle.
Talk about a woman's hair being her glory.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you back to that quote. She said, I'm gonna play back that quote. What did she say? She said,
the scriptures talk about a woman's hair being her glory.
The scriptures talk about a woman's hair being her glory. And I remember while we were interviewing her, this was kind of like the end of the interview, and I think they had pretty much asked all the questions that they wanted, all of the details and everything, what she experienced. But they asked me, they were like, hey, Mike, do you have any follow-up questions? And I can't remember what I asked exactly. I probably got to go back and listen to the tape, but I just felt like the only thing the story was missing was like that I don't want to say spiritual connection, but it was just like that moment right there. I mean, I didn't know that's what she would say, but I think I asked something like, just talk about like, what this means, culturally, and, obviously a woman's hair is, that's her pride, especially in the Black community. You know, we really take a lot of pride in our looks, and because you know we know we represent something. And I asked some question around those lines, and she gave us this amazing soundbite, and that's what kind of set the tone for the story, you know. And I'll play it back one more time and just let y'all just hear that.
The scriptures talk about a woman's hair being her glory. We want to do everything to make our hair beautiful. By using relaxers, there was a way for my hair to be beautiful.
Man. And then I ended the story kind of circling back to her great line by the reporter. I'll play the last line for you. Right after this soundbite, she says just a great line.
And I want to encourage us to do that.
As the truth unfolds, so does the fight for answers, justice, and embracing beauty without the damage.
I feel like they're responsible and that they should compensate. I think it would send a message to the corporations.
Yeah. And I ended it with this kind of like little hero shot. I basically kind of started off a little tight on the back of her head, you know, had her kind of looking into the mirror. And then I kind of just slowly kind of, you know, zoomed out. You know, I just kind of panned backwards. No, not pan. There's a word for it. Dolly shot or whatever the case is. But really, I was tight kind of behind her head while she's looking in the mirror. I try to hide myself as much as I can. You can't really see me here. You could probably see like a little bit of my shoulder. But once I get a little bit further back, you see the little kind of hero shot of her right here.
To the corporations.
Yeah. And so, yeah, if you guys want to watch the whole story, go on our YouTube page or go on our website, 11alive.com, and watch the story and share it with somebody. You know, this could be affecting somebody that you may know, or somebody who you work with. And but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.